I'm here again to talk to young parents. I want to have straight talk with young parents. I'm a professional counselor. I'm Ejisun. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm a mother and a grandmother, and by the special grace of God, I have a lot of experience to share as per parenting, being a professional counselor, and being a mother and a grandmother. Today I want to talk about children and play. I want us to know that for any child to develop rightly and have a balanced development, we have to allow our such child to play. And what is the meaning of play? Merriam-Webster dictionary say play is a recreational activity or spontaneous activities from children. So we know that play is associated with children. I want us to know that play is very important to the development of children. And I want to say we have two types of play. We have the structural play and the unstructural play. When we talk of structural play, we are talking of play that is goal-oriented and involves an adult and is organized. It can be game, it can be sport, and we have the unstructural play, which is an open-ended play, which does not necessarily involve adults. Can be the child alone, can be the child with friends, peer, neighbor, relation. But what is important is that whether it is structured or is unstructural, I want parents to know that both structural and unstructural play are very vital to the development of young children. So I want to plead, number one tip, I want to plead with parents to find a balance when we talk of play with children. Some parents are so strict that they don't allow their children to play. They make them live regimented life, and they don't allow them get involved in play. That is not too good for the development of a child. Then the other type of parenting, the laissez-faire parents, who are not really involved in the affairs of their children, they are not involved emotionally and otherwise. All they do is to provide food and education. They might not be disturbed as long as the child is not disturbing them, even if the child is playing all through and not doing the right thing. That is not too good. I want the extremely strict parent to find a balance for to allow their children play, both structured to be involved both in structural and non-structural play. And then for the laissez-faire parents, they should try their best to make sure their children are not playing all through. Now, so what I'm saying is this: there should be balance when you talk of the play of children. And I want to say number two, parents should be involved a little. Observe them when they are playing at a distance. Don't just leave them to be playing without a guide. From your observation, if you are too close, they might not exhibit what they need to exhibit. So point two, make sure as your children are playing, you are observing them at a distance so that there can be check and balance, because it's when they play they exhibit who they are or their character traits. That's number two. Number three, parents should guide their children on where to play, who to play with, and the type of play they can be involved with. I've had a friend that the child used knife to cut his finger. I feel that is not too good enough. So we should guide our children, our young children, where to play, what kind of play they can play, who to play with, and timing for playing. Number three, parents should be involved in playing with their children too. It should not just be only the children or neighbors or friends or the caregiver. Once in a while, whether it is structural or unstructural, I think my opinion, there should be time for parents to play with their children, because I believe when parents play with their children, whether father or mother. It enhances, it strengthens the bond of love between parents and children. uh, that's number 4. Number 5, parents should give them time. There should be, okay, there's time for them to play, and there's a time for them to eat, time for them to do the assignments, time for everything. So it's not as if we are saying play, 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 and the parents will not just, the children can just be playing anyhow, no eating, nothing. No, parents should organize these children, that there will be time for these children to play, especially this their spontaneous activity. Then what are we saying about play? Because some people are so serious in life that they don't even, for me, I see play as as a means of relaxing. I see play as something like catching fun, and I feel in life there should be time to catch fun, there should be time to play. So I want to talk to young parents, because some parents don't see why children should play. Play has a lot of benefit. Number one benefit of play, it helps children to be creative. It helps the creativity of a child. I remember when I was growing up, I used to use hibiscus flower to cook soup, and we will use empty tin of milk to make food just from sand. It helps the creativity of a child. I have played a lot as a before preschool age. I can remember that time I used to cook soup with other children. Sometimes we build houses. All those things helps our creativity. So when children play, it helps their creativity. So parents should allow children to play, so that their creativity will be enhanced. That's number one benefit of play. Parents, play help children to be able to interact socially. Some children don't even have the confidence to help them to face the world. When your child interact and play with others, your child will develop a social skill that will help that child to interact in life. And it's another number 3 benefits of play. It helps language skill. It helps when children interact and play with other children, they learn from other children, they communicate, so it helps their language skill. So a child that play with other children will do better in language skill than a child that is not allowed to play, is not allowed to interact. So play helps the language skill of a child. It helps creativity. It helps the social life of a child. And I want to say that children that play, because when they are playing, sometimes some act the role of mother, some act the role of baby, some act the role of the father of the house. All these things help their cognitive development, which help children to develop critical thinking. I think some of us that went to school, apart from knowing our profession, one of the things school help you to develop is for you to develop a critical mind, to have an inquisitive mind. So when children are involved in playing, it helps their cognitive development. You see, when they gather their toys, they arrange things and the rest, they are thinking, as they are being creative, they are taxing their mind as they are interacting with others. Sometimes they fight when they are playing. All those things help the children to develop critical mind. And I want to tell you that when children play, it develops them emotionally. It helps them to bond with people. It helps them to love people. It helps them emotionally. So I want to say, with all these benefits of play, of developing the children to a total adult, when they are guided, when their play is well guided, where to play, when not to play, and the rest, I want to say that it's good for children to have time to play. Thank you. Bye.